Bienvenue à TVC-TK. Je suis ici à Témiscamingue, au centre. On est le 12 janvier et avec moi, c'est Christelle Luscombe.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Christelle, pourrais-tu nous expliquer qu'est-ce qui se passe ici au centre aujourd'hui?
On a un gros événement pour Témiscamingue hockey mineur. C'est un levée de fonds. Vraiment, c'est les légendes de la NHL qui viennent ici. J'ai juste mes notes pour dire les joueurs ici. C'est des joueurs de Boston, Toronto, Rangers, puis les Canadiens Montréal. Sur les noms qu'on va avoir aujourd'hui, c'est Raymond Bourque, Al Iafrate, Chris Nyland, Jay Wells, Chris Kostopoulos, Dennis Morrick, Darren Langdon, Ron Duguay, Lucien Dubois, Roy Nolan, qui est le goaler, aussi un annonceur qui est un professionnel qui va faire le jeu, c'est John Harrigan, puis l'organisateur, c'est Steve Walton.
Bon, c'est une bonne liste de joueurs qu'on va voir à soir. Fait que c'est pour quelles raisons est-ce que vous faites cette partie de game à soir?
La raison qu'on fait ça, c'est que de plus en plus qu'on va, le moins en moins d'enregistrements qu'on a pour hockey mineur. Cette année, on a 65 jeunes. Ça vient de plus en plus dur avec tous les frais, les assurances, la glace, les refs. C'est plus en plus dur. C'est pour ça qu'on fait des gros levées de fonds de même pour aider pour tous les coûts, pour compenser. Je trouve que c'est le fun de montrer aussi à les jeunes que le joie de jouer au hockey, il y a bien du monde qui oublie, il y a bien des jeunes qui ne savent pas que c'est intéressant, c'est quelque chose qu'ils aiment. C'est pour ça que des gros événements de même, ça l'aide un petit peu plus à le démontrer à les jeunes que hockey, c'est vraiment très important dans la vie là, de l'essayer.
Ça, c'est vrai. Puis, tu parles d'organiser. Je sais c'est quoi organiser quelque chose, puis ça prend du temps. Depuis combien de temps est-ce que tu travailles sur cet événement ici?
Honnêtement, ça fait depuis mai. L'événement, ça a venu avec l'événement de l'année passée. C'est Stéphane Richer qui m'a donné le nom pour Steve, pour faire un événement de même. Puis je trouvais ça le fun parce que c'était vraiment des différents noms. Parce que les dernières fois que le monde y est venu, c'était les anciens Canadiens. Ça, je trouvais d'avoir vraiment des gros noms de d'autres équipes. Tu sais, il n'y a pas juste du monde en ville qui c'est des joueurs de Canadiens qui aiment ça, mais il y a du Boston, il y a Toronto. Ça, au moins, c'est un mélange de tout. Ça, depuis mai, j'étais en charge avec lui, puis on commence à organiser avec les commanditaires, des choses de même. Puis c'est beaucoup de temps pour faire un événement de même, mais c'est très le fun.
Ah oui, c'est vrai. Puis, on ne peut pas faire un événement comme ça sans avoir des dons des entreprises de la ville. Peux-tu en nommer?
Oui, vraiment, c'est la ville de Témiscamingue. On ne peut pas avoir mieux. Mes gros commanditaires, c'est Desjardins. Desjardins, c'est une des meilleures pour hockey. Eux autres, ils poussent le hockey, ils aiment ça, des jeunes qui font des sports. C'est Uniprix, Rayonier aussi, c'est très le fun qu'eux autres, ils ont embarqué avec nous encore cette année. J'ai Nouveauté Le Temps, SO, Shampoo électrique, FLD, Home Hardware. J'ai dit Garage La Cause, Source for Sports de North Bay, eux autres, ils ont fait toutes les jerseys pour nos joueurs. Ça, c'est très le fun. J'ai Kiss FM, qu'eux autres, ils ont fait du airtime, puis ils ont donné des dons de des billets. Ça l'a aidé beaucoup. Puis Thème Rose, où est-ce que les joueurs vont rester à soir. Ça, c'est très le fun.
Tu parles des billets. Vous avez vendu 3 différentes sortes de billets. Peux-tu expliquer les billets?
Oui, les billets, on a 3 sortes, comme tu disais. C'est les General Admission, que c'est les 25 $. Ça, c'est juste pour l'entrée du game. Cette année, ils ont offert des billets Locker Room Intermission. Ça veut dire que dans la première puis la deuxième intermission, tu peux aller dans le Locker Room avec les joueurs. Puis qu'est-ce qui est le fun là-dedans, c'est que les joueurs, leurs habits sont avec les équipes qui ont joué le plus longtemps. So, comme Raymond Bourque, il va être habillé comme Boston. Il va être habillé dans son habit. Ça, c'est le fun. Le monde va être capable d'aller faire des signatures puis prendre des photos avec leur idole habillé comme il était quand il jouait pour des NHL.
Je trouve ça très intéressant. Fait que là, les joueurs viennent de partout. Fait qu'ils ont voyagé de où, ces joueurs qui s'en viennent, là?
Il y a beaucoup de les États-Unis que c'est très le fun. Puis à 4 heures, une autre chose qui est le fun avec ça, on va être capable de les rencontrer. Ça, c'est un autre billet qu'on offre aussi. C'est à 4 heures, puis c'est 100 $. C'est un meet and greet. Il y a de la bouffe. Tu peux faire signer qu'est-ce que tu veux, des photos, du one-on-one. Puis les joueurs, ils ont venu vraiment de loin, de États-Unis. Puis je pense même l'organisateur, il vient de Nouveau-Brunswick. So, tu sais, ils viennent de loin, mais c'est beau à voir parce que c'est d'un coin du monde qu'ils n'ont jamais venu avant. Sauf Chris Nyland.
Bon, au moins, il rentre dans une journée fait beau. Il y a du soleil, mais il fait froid. Fait que c'est vraiment le nord, là, hein?
Ah oui, vraiment. Ça, il va avoir un bon taste de c'est quoi le froid puis la neige, ça, c'est sûr.
Bon, aujourd'hui, j'ai vu sur Facebook que vous avez fait un genre de tirage. Peux-tu expliquer?
C'était vraiment une surprise. C'est l'organisateur de Steve qui a suggéré ça. Il a offert qu'on peut avoir 2 autres joueurs qui peuvent jouer sur leur équipe. Puis on a décidé de prendre un de les midgets, puis aussi un de les coachs qui restent, qui n'a pas joué, parce que la plupart de notre équipe, c'est les coachs de hockey mineur qui vont jouer, plus le monde de la ville. Oui, on a fait un tirage. Puis comme c'est là, c'est Gabriel Clouout puis Corey Presso. Mais je ne suis pas sûre si Corey a accepté encore, mais si jamais il n'a pas accepté, ça va être Éric Côté.
C'est un grand honneur pour ces deux-là pour jouer avec les professionnels. Fait que as-tu un message que tu aimerais partager avec tout le monde?
C'est vraiment juste un merci. Ça me fait chaud au cœur d'avoir la ville de Témiscamingue qui nous aide de même. Un merci à mon comité, à tout le monde qui ont été ici pour organiser, qui m'a aidé. Si ça ne serait pas pour vous autres puis mon équipe, on ne serait jamais capable de faire ça. Moi, c'est ça qui fait que l'événement va être vraiment un succès, mais vraiment juste un gros, gros merci.
Bon, on va voir le game de match à soir. Je pense que ça va être très intéressant. Fait que merci encore, Crystal, pour avoir pris le temps de nous parler.
Mais pas de problème. Merci beaucoup. On se voit à soir.
Welcome to TVCTK, and today my name is Madeleine Paul, or January 12th, and I'm at the center, and I have with me Crystal Luscombe. Welcome, Crystal.
Hi, everybody.
So I'm here with Crystal. She's going to explain to us what's happening today. There's a lot of action here at the center, so...
Well, what's going on today is the Témiscamingue Minor Hockey major fundraiser. We are having a major event with the NHL Legends of Hockey, which consists of teams from Boston, Toronto Maple Leafs, Canadiens, the Rangers. So sort of like the original 6. We are doing this to make sure that hockey stays in Témiscamingue with the kids, because it's very difficult to raise money and to have this go on. So that's why we're doing this major event. So I can let you know the names that are going to be here today. These are my notes. It's going to be Raymond Bourque, Al Iafredi, Chris Nyland, Jay Wells, Chris Kostopoulos, Dennis Morick, Darren Langdon, Ron Duguay, Lucien Dubois. Roy Nolan is the goalie. We have a professional announcer that is also going to be with us. His name is John Harrington, and the organizer, who is Steve Walton. So that's the big names that we're going to be having here today. Our VIP starts at 4 o'clock. The tickets for that are $100. We also had a special ticket this year, which is for the intermission. So you get to go into the room with the players and get autographs and get pictures done. And how nice it is that they are dressed in the team that they played for the longest. So, for instance, Chris Nyland, he played with the Montreal Canadiens, so he will be dressed in his Montreal Canadian gear.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Yeah, so which is really nice. So those tickets are $50. I believe we still have a few tickets left for that. And the general admission tickets are $25, which are still on sale here at the center, which is it's a lot of fun. They're selling out.
Okay, well, that's good. So how did this tournament begin? Can you explain that?
Well, honestly, it happened kind of by chance. Last year we had the Montreal Canadiens, and I ended up speaking with Stéphane Richer, who actually kept in contact with me and suggested that we do this as another major event. And he gave me the contact with Steve in order to get the ball rolling, which was really nice. So, and I thought it would be really nice to have new names coming to Témiscamingue, because the Canadians have come more than once. So that's why I said this would be a really nice opportunity.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity. I wasn't aware of it when I did the open book that I was announcing there's all Canadians coming, but it's actually a mixture of players from, you said, the original 6 teams. So that's really going to be a good game. So so it's for Minor Hockey Association, this the proceeds. So what is it all going to be for? Like, what do you...
It's a lot of people don't understand, but the costs for minor hockey are really high, like ice time, insurance, and as we go further and further, year after year, we're losing more and more registration. So right now, Temiskaming Minor Hockey consists of 65 kids. So that's not a lot of kids. We're really trying to encourage kids to come back to hockey, come and join, but it's harder and harder. But hopefully with major events like this, it brings back the love of hockey and it just gets the kids into it more to get more registrations for next year. That's what we're hoping for.
That's good. I know what it takes to organize something. I've been an organizer for many years. So can you explain to me, like, how long have you been working on this?
I've actually been working on this since May. That's when we really got the ball rolling, May of last year. So it really started in June. I was approaching all of our sponsors, which we have wonderful sponsors in Temiskaming. We have Rayonier, who sponsored us. We have Desjardins. The Caisse Desjardins are absolutely wonderful. We have Uniprix. We have Nouveauté Le Temps. We have Esso. We have Shampoo Électrique, FLD Home Hardware. We have Garage Lacasse. We have the Source for Sports, who are the ones that made all of the jerseys, donated all of the jerseys to our players. We have Kiss FM, who gave us a wonderful subscription and announced all of the announcements on the radio. They also gave away 10 tickets as a draw. We also have Temrose, are the ones that where the players are actually staying, so which is really nice. So our town is really coming all out to help us out.
Yeah, it's great. Sponsors, like events like this can't happen without sponsors, and they're greatly appreciated for sure. So my next question is, I saw earlier today on Facebook there was something going on, like a draw. Can you explain what was going on?
It's funny because with the guys here, they actually threw something out there and made an offer of asking some people to go and play with them. So what happened is we decided that it would be one midget player and one extra coach, because a lot of the coaches are playing on the team already against them. So we offered it to the coaches that were left over. So the two names that got picked, I believe, are Corey Presso and Gabrielle Clouout. So they are the two players that are going to be playing actually with the NHL Legends tonight at 7 o'clock.
And they've accepted?
As far as I know, I haven't heard back for Corey yet. Hopefully, maybe he'll get the message soon. But if not Corey, then it's going to be Eric Cote.
I think it's very exciting that they have that opportunity to play with some professionals, and it's a good initiative on your part, like for the organization. So, is there anything else that you'd like to share with our viewers who are going to be looking at our interview, and message you want to pass on, or?
Just a really big thank you. Like, we wouldn't be able to do this without everybody from Temiskaming supporting us, all of my volunteers, the hard work of Minor Hockey Committee. If it wasn't for everybody and all of our time that we dedicate to these kids, like, we wouldn't have hockey in Temiskaming, honestly. So I just really want to give a big thank you to everyone who given their support and who's coming out and traveling from the States, traveling from Gatineau, Ottawa area. We have people from everywhere, and it's really, really heartwarming. Just a big thank you.
So just on a little note there, and you make me think of other questions. So some of these hockey players are coming from where exactly?
For our team, or the hockey players that are playing from the NHL?
From the NHL.
A lot of them are coming from the States, actually. We have quite a few from the States that are coming in. So like Chris Kostopoulos came from the States yesterday. He drove up here. So they're coming from pretty far away, which is really nice. Their first time in the north, with which obviously we can receive them with a lot of snow and a lot of cold to really give them a taste. But it's really nice that they're coming from far away.
Very good. So, Crystal Luscombe, I wish you a very good, successful evening with the fundraiser tonight, and look forward to the hockey game. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much.
Bonjour tout le monde. Avec moi ici au centre, j'ai Monsieur Raymond Bourque. Bonjour, Monsieur Bourque.
Bonjour, ça va bien?
Ça va très bien. Et vous?
Oui, super, super.
Bon, vous êtes ici à Témiscamingue. Pourrais-tu me dire pour quel événement, quelle raison vous êtes ici à Témiscamingue?
Mais on est avec les anciens de la Ligue nationale. On se promène pas mal souvent alentour du Canada. On vient jouer des matchs pour faire des levées de fonds pour des causes différentes. Et puis, on le fait avec la Ligue nationale. Les anciens de la Ligue nationale, mais aussi, je demeure à Boston. On a les anciens des Browns qu'on se promène aussi. Fait qu'avec les deux groupes, je joue à peu près 20 à 25 matchs par année pour des levées de fonds, des bonnes causes. Et puis, on est ici à Témiscamingue pour jouer un gros match ce soir. C'est le fun de se retrouver, parler français. Moi, je viens de Montréal, fait que c'est toujours le fun de quand même venir dans le bout, de parler ma langue native. Fait que pour moi, c'est une belle petite fin de semaine.
Bon, excellent. Fait que là, ça fait combien de temps que vous êtes avec les gens de hockey?
Mais moi, ça va faire 18 ans au mois de juin que je suis à retraite. Fait que ça doit faire alentour de 15 ans que je fais ça. Fait que c'est le fun. On fait des petits voyages, on se retrouve en groupe et avec des anciens qu'on a joué avec à Boston, mais aussi des anciens qu'on a joué contre pendant plusieurs saisons.
Fait qu'à chaque fois que vous faites quelque chose comme ça, c'est pas les mêmes joueurs qui viennent. Est-ce que tu peux expliquer comment ça marche?
Mais nous autres, moi, je fais deux groupes. Fait que, comme j'ai mentionné, c'était les anciens des Browns. On a plusieurs anciens joueurs qui restent à Boston. Et puis, il y a peut-être une trentaine de joueurs qu'on a à choisir. Fait que, il y a des petits changements qui se font, mais quand c'est les légendes de la Ligue nationale, souvent, c'est Ron Duguay ou Chris Nyland. Al Iafredi. C'est peut-être un mélange de 15 à 16 joueurs où ce qu'on emmène 8 à 10 joueurs à tous les matchs. Et puis aussi, on donne chance à du monde local de jouer avec nous autres aussi. Fait que ça, c'est le fun. C'est le monde qui nous ont regardé jouer pendant longtemps à TV. Avoir une chance de jouer avec nous autres, c'est la même équipe. C'est toujours le fun pour eux autres.
Oui, je trouve ça le fun. Fait qu'on parle on va reculer en arrière un peu. Peux-tu nous expliquer quand est-ce que tu as commencé à jouer au hockey?
Moi, j'avais 4-5 ans. J'ai grandi à Montréal, fait que moi, ça a commencé à l'extérieur, dans les patinoires à l'extérieur, au parc, avec mes amis, mes chums, qu'on se rencontrait après l'école ou les fins de semaine. Et puis même mes premiers débuts avec une équipe, on jouait à l'extérieur parce que les arénas, à l'âge de 6 ans, ils nous faisaient jouer à l'extérieur. Fait que j'ai commencé à jouer à l'intérieur, j'avais peut-être 8 ans. Mais que j'aille 8 ou 12 ou 15 ans, jouer encore à l'extérieur tout l'hiver, on était quand même chanceux. Les hivers étaient assez froids avec beaucoup de neige. Fait qu'on avait de la glace début de décembre jusqu'à la fin du mois de mars. Fait que on jouait quasiment tous les jours, même si c'était pas une pratique organisée avec nos instructeurs ou un match qu'on avait avec notre équipe. Quand c'était pas cette situation-là, on se retrouvait dehors avec nos amis qu'on jouait tous les jours. Fait que, sans le savoir, tu travaillais sur ton jeu, puis ton habileté, puis fait que, à s'amusant. Fait que c'était une belle enfance pour moi quand même. Surtout un jeune qui a rêvé de jouer dans la Ligue nationale à cause d'avoir regardé le Canadien jouer pendant si longtemps. Si tu viens de Montréal et tu es un garçon, dans ce temps-là, tu voulais jouer pour le Canadien puis tu voulais jouer au hockey. Fait que j'ai pu le faire. J'ai vécu un rêve pendant 22 saisons que j'ai joué dans la Ligue nationale. Fait que je me compte très chanceux d'une belle carrière puis une belle vie.
Bon, peux-tu nous parler de la Ligue nationale? Tu as commencé avec qui puis quand?
J'ai commencé avec les Browns en 1979. J'étais leur premier choix dans la première ronde, le 8e choix. Et puis, j'ai pris ma retraite en 2001. J'ai joué avec les Browns jusqu'à l'an 2000. Je suis allé au Colorado pendant 1 an et demi où j'ai gagné la Coupe Stanley, ma dernière saison avec les Avalanches en 2001.
Vous avez gagné combien de Coupes Stanley?
Gagné une coupe et puis je suis allé en finale 3 fois. 2 fois avec les Browns en 88 et puis en 90 où on n'a pas pu gagner, mais en 2001, vraiment une expérience incroyable en enlevant la Coupe Stanley. C'était un rêve que je souhaitais de pouvoir vivre un jour.
Ah oui, c'est excellent. Fait que là, depuis ta retraite, tu fais quoi exact? Je sais que tu fais les légendes de hockey. As-tu d'autres choses que vous faites?
Oui, j'ai un restaurant italien dans le quartier italien à Boston, peut-être 5 minutes de marche du Garden où les Browns y jouent. Ça fait peut-être 14 ans que j'ai ça. Je suis porte-parole pour une banque majeure dans le bout du Massachusetts puis de Nouvelle-Angleterre qui s'appelle Brookshire Bank. J'ai une fondation de famille qu'on a un tournoi de golf à tous les années. On a une course de 7,7 km qu'on court parce que je portais le numéro 77. Et puis, la première année, c'était l'an passé. Puis, on avait au-dessus de 300 coureurs. Puis, c'est quelque chose qui va continuer à grossir. À la fin du mois de janvier, on a un gros gala, un gros hôtel en ville à Boston, où on attend peut-être 300-400 personnes pour encore faire des levées de fonds. Fait que, on a 3 événements spéciaux par année que on lève des fonds et puis on donne à des causes différentes en travers de Nouvelle-Angleterre. Et puis, ma femme, on a bâti un spa pas loin de où on demeure à Boston. Ça fait 14 ans. Ça s'appelle Maison Esthétique Christiane Bourque Spa. Puis, ça va très bien. J'ai 3 enfants. J'ai 2 enfants qui jouent au hockey dans la Ligue américaine pour le club ferme des Islanders de New York. Et puis, ma plus vieille, c'est Melissa, qui a une petite fille de 6 ans. Et puis, mon plus vieux garçon, il y a 2 petits, Kingston qui a 6 ans, et puis Arlo qui a 3 ans. Fait qu'on est grands-parents, on est papi puis mamie, on s'amuse en masse avec nos petits. Et je joue beaucoup au golf l'été, on voyage un peu. Fait que c'est ça.
Est-ce que tu souhaites que ton petit-fils joue au hockey, suive dans tes pas?
Les deux, mon petit-fils et puis ma petite-fille, tous les deux patinent déjà. Ils se débrouillent quand même assez bien sur la glace. Fait que on sait jamais.
Fait que le nom Ray Bourque, tout le monde le connaît. Fait que pourrais-tu dire c'était quoi le plus grand réussite que tu as eu?
Au point de vue de hockey ou...
Ça peut être hockey et personnellement.
Bien, personnellement, 3 enfants qui sont vraiment spéciaux. La famille, quand même. Tu sais, on joue au hockey. J'ai vécu des choses incroyables. Tu sais, quand tu reviens à la maison, c'est le fun d'avoir une belle famille qui se débrouille bien, que tu as des enfants que tu es très fier, et puis une femme qui s'occupe de tout le monde. Je me compte très chanceux. Et puis... Quand je regarde ça, c'est plutôt la famille que tu souhaites que ça s'arrange de la façon que ça s'est arrangé.
OK. Puis professionnel, y a-tu un moment spécial, spécifique que tu es bien connu pour?
La Coupe Stanley en 2001, je pense que j'ai joué 22 ans, puis tout le monde souhaitait que je la gagne. C'était vraiment la seule chose qui me restait vraiment à accomplir. J'ai une carrière super au point de vue de le plus gros pointeur des défenses, au point de vue de but, passe, points. J'ai gagné des trophées pour le meilleur défenseur. Je suis allé à 3 coupes finales. Mais quand tu es un jeune qui rêve de jouer au hockey, tu n'oublieras jamais ton premier match. Le 10 octobre 1979 contre les Jets de Winnipeg, quand tu as accompli ton rêve, puis c'est juste le début, mais de pouvoir dire que tu as joué même un match en Ligue nationale, c'est spécial.
C'est quelque chose. Fait que là, nous autres, on a beaucoup de joueurs qui sont jeunes ici à Témiscamingue. Y aura-tu un message que tu pourrais les passer?
C'est de travailler fort. Au point de vue de préparation, dans le sens d'écouter tes instructeurs, d'être dédué peut-être à l'entraînement ou à faire les choses qui donnent la chance de pouvoir être le meilleur de toi-même, mais de t'amuser puis d'essayer de jouer avec la passion. Puis si tu veux jouer au hockey, j'espère que ça vient du jeune, tu sais. Si le jeune, il demande d'aller jouer au hockey, puis il en mange, puis il en veut, c'est de même. Le jeune va aller travailler fort, puis il va être passionné, puis ça va lui donner une chance d'être le meilleur de lui-même.
Bien, en tout cas, j'apprécie beaucoup que vous preniez le temps de nous parler ici à Témiscamingue. Je vous souhaite un bon match à soir, puis merci.
Merci, ça fait plaisir.
Okay, welcome to CTVTK, and I'm here at the center with a well-known hockey player, Al Iafrate. That's how am I? Okay,
A lot of people say Al Alfredi, but it's Iafrate.
Iafrate. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm saying it right. Okay, so can you tell me why you're into Miskamang?
Well, it's a Legends tour. A lot of guys that you played against, played with. Haven't seen them in years. You get to meet up and tell all the old stories. But more importantly, like today, I came here and did a little clinic with the younger kids, so that was fun. And it raises money for their youth program and their community, however they allocate the funds that are generated from it. It's a win-win situation because we get to meet people and get to see beautiful places like this, so it's great.
So where did you travel from to come here?
I live in a town called Plymouth, Michigan. I'm from Michigan, so I flew from Windsor to Toronto, then Toronto to Sudbury, did kind of the same thing yesterday in Sudbury, and then drove 3 hours here today, so I love doing it.
Okay, good. So how long have you been doing this?
I haven't been doing it long because when I retired, my kids were young, and I felt it was important to spend time with them. So, from the ages of 4 and 8 when I retired till they were about 16 or 17 and 22, I never did this. I was working back home where I grew up. I went back home, worked for Warrior Hockey for 5 years, and I got an opportunity to start doing this because I had basically retired in '99, and I never started doing this till like 2013 or 14. So I just started doing it in the last 5 years.
So do you enjoy doing this?
Oh yeah, I love it. Like I said, you get to meet people, and when I was younger, you have the places that are close to where you live, you go to every weekend, and then as I got older, I was like, the world is a beautiful thing. People are beautiful. I want to meet people and try and give back as much as I can when the opportunity arises, and see as much of the world as I can. Rather than there's nothing wrong with going to the same spot over and over, but I had done that already, so it was time to move on from that and see as many places as I could.
So when did you start playing hockey as a child?
I started when I was 6, which, some people say that's young. Some people say it's not that young. I think it's a good age, because I think you're mentally more ready to learn how to skate when you're 6 than, say, when you're 3. I mean, there might be advantages to starting when you're 3, but I haven't read the studies, so who knows? I think everybody's different. As long as whoever is doing it loves it and is having fun, you can be out there as much as you want. But if you're not passionate about it and it's not fun, it doesn't reciprocate. When you're out there having fun, you're going to work harder, and then when you work harder, you're going to do better, and then it's going to be more fun, and it's just a repetitive circle that keeps getting better and better. So, that's the one thing I always try to tell kids. The 2 things you can control the most are how fun it is, and how fun you're going to make it, and how hard you're going to work. And not to worry about little Willie shouldn't worry about little Timmy as much as he should worry about little Willie, right?
Okay, so that was your youth. So can you tell us, when did you start with the NHL, and how did that all happen for you?
Okay, I was 17 when I played in the Olympics. I played for the U.S. Olympic team when I was 17, and then that year was my draft year, and I got drafted just right after my 18th birthday, and went to training camp and was lucky. Was on a team that was transitioning into a youth movement, so there was a bunch of us young guys in Toronto that all started our careers together, like me, Ken Reggett, Wendell Clark, Bob McGill, Russ Courtnall, Gary Lehman, Gary Nyland, Jeff Jackson, Alan Bester, Steve Thomas, Todd Gill. There was about 10 or 12 of us guys that were all under 21 or younger. So, the team had its moments where you could tell how young we were, but each year we got a little bit better, so it was fun.
So how many teams did you play for?
I played for 4 in my 15-year career, so I played for Toronto, then I went to Washington, then I went to Boston, and then I ended in San Jose. But, you know, I was fortunate to get to play for 2 original 6 teams, which is, you know, Canada is the fabric of the sport is Canadian. It's a beautiful thing, and there's nothing like being a pro hockey player in a Canadian city. It's a great thing. But it's also great playing, you know, in Washington and Boston and San Jose. It's just a little different.
Well, that's good. So, out of your years of being in the NHL, did you win any Stanley Cups?
No, I didn't. I was, you know, for 25 years they talked about how Washington couldn't get past Pittsburgh, and then this year they finally did. I was one of the teams that couldn't get past Pittsburgh because we always had really strong teams in Washington, but, you know, with Mario Lemieux and Ron Francis, Brian Trottier, Paul Coffey, Larry Murphy, Jaromir Jagr, Joe Mullen, and the list goes on and on. Kevin Stevens, you know, there's probably 10 Hall of Famers on that team that we faced 2 years in a row in the playoffs. So.
Wow. So yeah, that sounds like a tough crew there. Just naming those names there. I heard those a lot on TV when I was young. My dad was a fan. So, like you've been doing this for a while. So what kind of message would you give the young children that come to these events or that you get to work with?
Oh, I would say have an open mind. You know, sometimes I think the biggest thing is you know, you get stereotyped when you're an athlete sometimes as they're not personable, but as much as you are engaging is as engaging as the whoever's here is going to be. You know, sometimes people are more awestruck and they're scared to approach somebody, but all the guys that are on these tours are approachable guys, otherwise they probably wouldn't be here. So, you know, the biggest thing is don't be shy and try to have as much fun as you can, because everyone's, you know, some guys are quiet. They're shy like you might be. So you might not think they would be because they're a pro athlete, but a lot of people are shy. And they need maybe sometimes for you to come up to them and approach them because, you know, they're here. They've traveled all day. They're sometimes, you know, maybe a little tired, so they're not real talkative. But if you come up and talk to them, it's always going to be a great experience. You know, they're always going to be talkative. They're here to have fun. They're here to, you know, spread the love within the community. So it's fun.
So for you in your years of playing in the NHL, what is your most highlighted moment?
I would say being with a group of people where it's the real deal. Like, you're all there for one another and you're there to accomplish a common goal. You know, everyone, you know, whatever, a lot of people talk about it, you know, accountability, this, that, the other, but in pro sports, when you're with a team and you're there to help the other guy and they're there to help you and you're there to achieve together, you either conform or you're not going to be there. So it's I think that unity where there's the common goal where everyone's there for real and to support the other guy is I think that's what is the one thing about being an athlete that is almost like you have to experience it, because I'm sure it does exist in other aspects of life, but you know, that in the life I lived, out of all the things I've done and places I've worked and different types of employment I've had, that is the one thing that it's a high standard of accountability, and it's pretty neat.
So what have you been doing with yourself since you've retired?
Oh, well, I was Mr. Mom for a little bit, and then after that I wasn't one of the guys that got to, okay, I've played a long time and it's been fun and I'm just going to retire because I don't want to play anymore. I was injury riddled. I was a big guy. I played an offensive and physical style, so I got serious injuries, and at the end it was just hard to stay healthy, and eventually if you're not healthy, it's hard to have a job in that sport, in any sport. You have to perform. So for me, it was a funk for a few years trying to figure out what I wanted to do, because in my heart and mind, I knew what I wanted to do. I was still, 32, 33 years old is some people say it's young. I guess in this NHL it's old. But in my mind, I still wanted to play, but my body couldn't do it anymore. I just couldn't stay healthy. And so it was a transition that was hard for me because I didn't want to do anything else. I still wanted to do that. But as time went, you come to terms with it. And I started with my passion with sticks and shooting and teaching. So I did a lot of that, and then eventually ended up, being partners in a stick company. And then from there, I went to Warrior, which is a big hockey brand now, and I worked there as a product in product development and grassroots marketing, and worked there for 5 years after I did 5 years, of my own thing. So I was in that industry for like 10 years. And then when I turned 50 a few years ago, I was like, the only jobs I've ever had have been hockey related. So maybe I'm just going to try something else. So I got my real estate license, and I've been doing that the last few years. And that's fun, meeting people once again, seeing them happy when it's, they buy their first house and all those kind of things. It's pretty neat. So I've enjoyed that, and, that's kind of what I've been doing. But I stayed in hockey, on the manufacturing side of things till, 2 or 3 years ago. And now, I guess once I wasn't doing that, it gave me more time to be able to do this kind of stuff. So it's been fun.
So I see that you kept the hockey spirit in you, so that's what brings you here to Temiskaming. So I'm going to wish you a very good game tonight, and I'm going to look forward to watching you. And I'm sure the fans that are in this room right now are looking forward to meeting you as well.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. And it's a beautiful town you have here. It's like a little winter wonderland, and I love the snow and I love the cold, so it's a great place for me to be.
So you were not shocked with the cold today?
No, I love it. The colder, the better.
Thank you again, Al, and it was my pleasure.
Good afternoon. My name's John Horrigan. I'm with the Legends of Hockey, and it's a pleasure to be here today after our long journey here to Temiskaming. And I said it right. There we go. I'm going to introduce the players here and then talk a little bit about what we're going to do tonight with the game, and then bring up a special guest. So first and foremost, I want to bring up our title sponsor. Without him and his backing, and his company's backing, we wouldn't be here today. So just to say a few words, where's Claude Desrochers from Desjardins? If Claude, come on up here. Let's hear it for Claude. Pleasure. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Hi, my speech was prepared in French, so I'm going to try to translate in English. I'll try to do my best, so you can... Okay, you want to translate? Okay, my name is Claude Desrochers. I'm administrator for the Caisse Populaire. I'm here today with Richard Lacasse, which is another administrator for the Caisse. We're pretty happy the Caisse to be involved with the minor hockey. We think it's good for kids. It's good for everybody. And the town of Temiskaming, it's really involved in hockey. Everybody likes hockey in Temiskaming and the old Temiskaming area too. And we're really happy to be part of the fundraising stuff for the minor hockey. So welcome to the Legion. Welcome to everybody. I hope you have a nice evening and good time. Thank you.
So right now, I'm going to introduce the players, and then we're going to have the autograph session after Crystal says a few words. So I'm going to start here, moving left to right. Our first player here broke in with the New York Rangers and played 15 years in the National Hockey League. Including the playoffs, he played in over 1,000 games, 256 career goals. He moved on to Colorado, was the captain of the Winnipeg Jets, including a 34-goal season in 1984. In 1986, he would win the Stanley Cup with the Montreal Canadiens and go on to coach at various levels of professional hockey. Right winger, please welcome 15-year veteran Lucien Deblois. Now, also a member and teammate of Lucien's on that 1986 Stanley Cup championship team. 13 years in the National Hockey League out of Boston, Mass. and Northeastern University. He's the Montreal Canadiens' all-time leader in penalty minutes. He's in the top 10 all-time in the history of the NHL as a regulator and enforcer He's published a book called Fighting Back with Chris Nyland. He also starred in a great film that's still available on YouTube called The Last Gladiators. He would get to go to his hometown team, the Boston Bruins, and he was named to the 1991 All-Star Game and also represented Team USA in the World Cup. Please welcome Knuckles Chris Nyland. Next up, rugged defenseman, 10-year NHL veteran. Concluded his career with the Detroit Red Wings, but played along the line with the Rangers, the Toronto Maple Leafs, and the Hartford Whalers. 4 times in his NHL career, he had 100 or more penalty minutes in a season. He had over 880 in his NHL career, played over 500 games. He came here by dog sled, by bus, by helicopter. He walked, he hitchhiked, and Peter Pan bus. Please welcome Chris Kotsopoulos. This trip was a sort of homecoming for our next player, although he wasn't able to be home during the homecoming. Last night we were in Sudbury, Ontario, and had a wonderful time. And this is where he came as a member of the Sudbury Wolves. We saw a photograph, by the way, of you in your teens. Went on to play 12 years in the National Hockey League and was a member of the New York Rangers' 1979 Stanley Cup Finals team. He's one of the top 50 all-time New York Rangers. But beyond all of that, in the 305 goals, including being named to the NHL All-Star team in 1982 with a 40-goal season, he had a spectacular career. He had a #1 single, Hockey Sock Rock. He was donned on magazine covers and mixed with the elite of New York City. He was on the Studio 54 scene, done all sorts of stuff, and still rolling strong. Please welcome Mr. Ron Duguay.
Same resume as Ron.
Yes.
He was the one.
No.
Before, picture on the after.
That's right. Immediately following, we'll have more fake news. But anyways, this guy here was a ball hockey legend in St. John, New Brunswick. Good hockey player, a pool shark. But what he's done for the last 15 years is raise millions of dollars for charities, assorted charities across North America, the United States, and Canada. And without him, we wouldn't be here today. He is the president of Legends of Hockey. Please say hello to Mr. Steve Walton. Has played with the Boston Bruins alumni, NHL alumni, New York Rangers alumni, Habs alumni, Leafs alumni. And he's a fire investigator out of St. John, New Brunswick. Former goaltender, American Hockey League with the Albany River Rats and the St. John Flames. In one of his games, he actually scored a goal, recorded a shutout, and won the championship in Senior League hockey in one play. Say hello to Roy Nolan. Congratulations, his Washington Capitals won the Stanley Cup Championship in 2018. This guy played 14 years in the NHL and was fearless in the slot. He broke in with the California Golden Seals. You remember that team, right, from California. They moved to Cleveland Barons, that hockey hotbed of Cleveland. And then he moved on to the Washington Capitals and also played with the Minnesota North Stars. But as a member of the Capitals, he had back-to-back. He had 50-goal season in 1981, had a 60-goal season, 122 points in over 100 penalty minutes in one season with the Caps. Recently, he spoke with Ovechkin, and Ovi said that he'd never reached that mark. He's a 2-time NHL All-Star. Say hello to Dennis Maruk. Next up, when drafted by the Toronto Maple Leafs out of Livonia, Michigan, at age 18, straight off the 1984 U.S. Olympic hockey team. He'll play 15 years in the NHL and go to the All-Star game on 4 occasions and win the NHL's hardest shot competition 3 times and once as the NHL's fastest skater. He set the mark at 105.7 miles per hour with a wooden shaft. He would have 3 20-goal seasons. He'd move on from Toronto to Washington and then move on to the Boston Bruins and San Jose Sharks, always persevering through 19 different surgeries. Say hello to Mr. Al Iafredi. Next up, and I'll get to the other guy, 18-year NHL veteran. This is the first tour that we've done with this guy. Broke in with the LA Kings, played with Philadelphia, Buffalo, St. Louis, Tampa Bay, and then as a member of the New York Rangers in 1994, he won the Stanley Cup Championship. including playoffs, over 1,200 NHL games. In fact, I totaled all the penalty minutes, over 2,570 penalty minutes in his 18-year career. Please say hello to defenseman Jay Wells. Drafted by the Boston Bruins, came to the NHL at age 18. In his rookie season, he won the Calder Trophy and was named a first-team NHL All-Star. Aside from a goaltender, nobody had ever done that before. He'd go on to win 5 Norris Trophies as the league's best defenseman across the span of a spectacular 22-year career that spanned 4 decades. When all was said and done in his final season, he won the Stanley Cup championship with Colorado. He'd play in 19 consecutive All-Star games, won 8 shot accuracy competitions, would finish, including playoffs, with 451 goals, the NHL's all-time leading scoring defenseman, a member of hockey's Hall of Fame. Say hello to Mr. Raymond Bourque. And finally, I'd like to bring up our event coordinator, who Temiskaming Youth Hockey, and coordinating this event. Please say hello to Ms. Crystal Luscombe.
Hello, everyone. Hello, merci. I just want to say thank you to everyone. I know it was a long haul to get here, and it was difficult, but thank you all for showing up. I really appreciate it. We're just full of excitement to have you here. And thank you to everyone that's here, all of the players, the VIP members, everyone that's have their idols standing up here. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Like, the whole reason we are doing this is for the kids and to keep minor hockey in Temiskaming. As we go on, it's harder and harder to have registration. We are a small town. We have been playing since we were little. We have players that have played since they were pre-novice. They are actually going to be playing against you their whole lives, which is going to be really fun. So I just really want to say thank you. Thank you, and I know this event is going to be a huge success. And a big thank you to my committee and all of the minor hockey committee members. If it wasn't for them and all of their time and volunteer efforts, this really wouldn't have happened. So just a great big thank you.
So thank you. Enjoy the game tonight and enjoy meeting the players. Thanks a lot.
Okay, welcome. And I have here with me Roger Seguin, who was just in line with the NHL players. Roger, can you just explain to me what you had signed here?
It's a bunch of memorabilia. My wife painted this stuff. It's sentimental at home, so she wanted some stuff signed. And she painted this, and it's got the original 6 teams on here. Yeah, she's quite the artist.
That is quite the souvenir that you're going to have. So were you excited to get that signed today?
Yes, absolutely. I watched a lot of these players playing hockey, and it's good to watch. Now
So
I get to play against them.
you do, eh? So are you excited about that tonight?
Yeah. It's always fun to play hockey.
So out of all the guys here, who's your number 1 star?
I'd have to go, wow, it's hard to say. I like Ray Bourque, but I also like Chris Nyland too.
Okay, so this is Roger Seguin, who was coming at the meet and greet, the VIP, to get some memorabilia signed, and looking forward to seeing him play against these guys tonight. Yep. Thank you, Roger.
Number 5.
Welcome. I have with me Ashton. Ashton, can you tell me why you're here today?
To get these cards signed.
Oh yeah, you want to show them to the camera?
Yeah.
So who signed them?
Well, pretty much there's Al.
So we have Al Iafredi, who signed.
Yeah, another Al already signed. Then there's this Ray.
Ray Bourque, okay.
Ray Bourque. Another Ray. And again.
Wow,
another.
that's a lot of Ray Bourque. You're a fan?
Yeah, I like it. Then my dad found these in his things.
Wow.
Yeah.
Another Ray Bourque. You must have like 5,
Yeah.
6 of them.
Yeah, there's lots.
Wow. So who is your favorite player that's here today?
I'm guessing it's Ray Bourque.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's Ray Bourque too, because that's a lot of pictures of Ray Bourque. So what can you tell us about what's happening here today?
Well, there's lots of cool stuff where he gets cards signed and hockey sticks and stuff.
Were you excited to come?
Yeah, I really wanted to come.
Good. So I want to thank you, Ashton, for taking the time to talk to us on TV.
Yep.
Bonjour, avec moi, j'ai Sandra. Sandra, peux-tu me dire pourquoi tu es ici aujourd'hui?
Je suis venue pour venir aider puis pour faire signer mon papier.
Fait que tu as fait signer quoi exact? Montre-nous-moi.
Le poster qu'il y avait.
OK, fait que le poster. Puis c'est qui a signé le poster?
Ben tous les joueurs, mais mon préféré, c'est Raymond Bourque.
Raymond Bourque. Fait que tu es une maniaque de hockey aussi?
Oui, juste un peu.
Un peu. Ben merci d'avoir pris le temps de nous parler.
Merci beaucoup.
Bonjour, je suis ici avec Éric. Éric, peux-tu me dire pourquoi tu es ici aujourd'hui?
Premièrement, pour supporter le hockey mineur à Témiscamingue parce que mon garçon y joue, mais aussi parce que c'est important pour notre communauté. Puis deuxièmement, pour jouer comme mon idole de jeunesse, Raymond Bourque. J'ai tout le temps été mon défenseur préféré. Après, certainement Gaston là, qui vient de Témiscamingue, mais Raymond Bourque, c'est un de mes joueurs préférés. Fait que c'est l'opportunité que j'ai saisie pour quand c'est présenté à moi.
Bon, fait que là, je vois que tu as quelque chose en main. Peux-tu nous dire c'est quoi?
Oui, c'est nos gilets qu'on va avoir ce soir. C'est les anciens logos des Royals, dans le temps que... moi, j'ai pas joué pour ce logo-là. C'était des années que moi, j'étais plus là. Mais c'est ça, c'est nos gilets qu'on a fait signer par les joueurs, justement, les légendes. Fait
que là, t'étais-tu très excité de les voir, de les rencontrer?
Oui, c'est certain que j'ai eu l'expérience l'année passée avec les anciens Canadiens. Puis là, cette année, quand j'ai su que Raymond Bourque, puis Al Frady, puis certains autres joueurs n'étaient pas ici, j'ai eu la chance encore de participer. Fait que non, c'est le fun, c'est super, je sais pas comment je peux dire ça, là, c'est excitant, là.
Fait que là, tu joues à soir.
Oui, c'est ça.
Puis, comment tu sens?
J'ai hâte de marquer ça à la glace parce que là, les fourmis commencent à être dans les jambes. Là, je suis nerveux, fait que j'ai hâte de jouer.
Bon, on va te voir à soir, puis j'espère que vous allez gagner là, parce que ce sont des professionnels, là, hein?
Oui, ça joue du hockey pas mal, fait qu'on va essayer de se débrouiller contre eux autres.
Bonne chance à soir.
Merci.